Court law number 2 is now in session. Court is in session and calls number Mr. Nealon, would you please put your mic on mute? Thank you. Okay. Court is in session and calls number M328190, case of style state of Texas versus Dennis Deshawn Carey. Mr. Carey, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Carey?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Carey, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Willard Hall. Attorney Hall, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Your Honor.
State is represented in this case by Assistant District Attorney, Attorney Kobe Hallfire. Attorney Hallfire, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Thank you, President.
And Mr. Hall, what is your announcement in Mr. Carey's case?
The state has agreed to, with us to continue the case. And
Hold on, we're not going to oppose it, Judge. Not agree.
Okay, you're not opposing the motion to continue? Okay, let me do this. How much time? Let's say we're gonna just reset it.
It's normal reset.
Okay, give us another normal reset.
These cases, do they have new numbers then?
It just put an M in before the number. And then the newer cases, yeah, it's like M0021. What is it? CCCR? Yes, yeah, it'll have you'll see the new number. But the old numbers got to just put an M before it. Yeah.
I'm used to this one having 6 numbers and then.
Yeah, but that one is
333 or.
Yeah, you're gonna have more alphabets in the newer cases. The old cases, you're gonna have the 6 numbers plus an M in front of it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, y'all can get your case reset. Once you get your case reset, you'll be free to go and y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you too, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Kyle Walker. Next case is cause number M331916. Case is style of state of Texas versus Jarian Tyvon Smith. Is Jarian Tyvon Smith in court? State is in, well, the court is in session and calls number M331916. Case is style of state of Texas versus, is that Jarian Tyvon Smith?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, how are you doing?
Good.
That's good. Mr. Smith, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Kyle Walker. Attorney Walker, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm going on. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Johnson, you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is moving to dismiss this cause number, Your Honor, in exchange for defendant agreeing to forfeit the weapon that was found during the search. It's a Century Arms TP9 9mm pistol, Your Honor, serial number T6472-20 BB57600. That's been forfeited to the Beaumont Police Department. I have a written motion found by the defendant, Your Honor, and I submitted to the court a motion to dismiss.
Mr. Walker, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir. It is.
Mr. Johnson, may I see this motion? Now, Mr. Smith, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Smith, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, you may put your hand down. Mr. Smith, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in this document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Smith, I will grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. And I'm signing the motion. And Mr. Smith, I've just signed this motion to dismiss.
Yes.
And this will complete your case. Your attorney will be given a copy of this motion to dismiss. Once you get a copy of the motion to dismiss, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Okay, thank you. Who we have next?
Yes, sir.
Pardon me. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session in cause number M332332. Case is styled the state of Texas versus David Wayne Collier. Mr. Collier, will you please come forward? Mr. Collier, is your full name David Wayne Collier?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Collier, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Collier, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Collier, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Collier?
And I'm sorry, I think we may be proceeding on the one that's being dismissed. I think
You got how many cases?
Yes, 2 cases, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. So actually, his other case is cause number 332328. Now let's do this again. Mr. Collier, please raise your right hand. Mr. Collier, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Collier, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Collier? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Collier. The attorney of record is attorney Terrence Allison. Mr. Allison is not here. However, standing in for Mr. Allison is attorney Marivius Allen. Does Mr. Marivius Allen have your permission to stand in for attorney Terrence Allison? He does? And Mr. Allen, how are you doing?
Good idea this morning, Judge.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Collier. In cause number 332328, I have before me a document that is titled Information. In this information, it alleges that on or about April 18th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. Collier, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to discharge Mr. Collier, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? How do you plead to this charge?
Resisting arrest.
To the hold on a minute. Oh, hold
Should
on,
be
hold on a
one
minute.
interference, the other one.
Yeah, it's resisting arrest, search, transportation. It's no, how did that come up? I'm in the wrong document. Let's back up. How did that come up? Oh, I see how it came up. They got this case on here twice. On the docket sheet, they have it appearing twice as 2 separate cases. David Wayne Collier on the Odyssey system. Let me see. Let me do it again.
Well, they've been-
Let me see. Hold on. Let me do this. This is cause number 332328. Okay, let me try it again. 332328. And let's look at the information for this case. Information. Yeah, this is a resisting arrest, search, transportation. Was it supposed to be a different case?
No, sir.
332328.
That's the case we're proceeding on, but there was a companion case.
Oh, okay, because he was saying, I thought okay, this is the case that I read the information off earlier. I'll read it again. Okay, this is cause number 332328. In this case, it alleges that you, David Wayne Collier, on or about April 18th of 2022, committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. Collier, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to discharge Mr. Collier, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No content.
Now, are you pleading no contest? Well, let me do this here. I'm looking at this paperwork. The paperwork show that your initials DC are on a line next to a box that's checked guilty.
Yes, sir, that's, yes,
So you're pleading guilty?
yes, sir.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Kyle, you also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page of this same document, there are a set of initials, DC, that are on a line next to a box that says guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? DC, huh?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3, same document, there's a signature below, above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature? On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize? And is this your signature on the line that is titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? And Mr. Collier, I also have before me, okay, the person that has iPhone, please mic on mute.
Okay, well, I'll get you, I'll get you.
Thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Collier, I also have before me a document. It's titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Collier, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Collier, before you signed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Collier, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Allen, you waiving a record in this case?
Wait the record. Your
Okay.
Honor.
State. I have before me State Exhibit 1. You like to offer State Exhibit 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, state officer, state 1.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection to State's Exhibit number 1 is admitted into evidence. And Mr. Allen, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Collier, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No objection.
And Mr. Collier, first, your attorney, Mr. Terrence Allison, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And now Mr. Attorney Merivius Allen has also advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Collier, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea argument agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for 5 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give defendant credit for the 5 days he has already spent in jail, making this a time served plea agreement, Your Honor. In conjunction with this plea agreement, Your Honor, the state has moved to dismiss companion case number M332 332. Your Honor, and lastly, we're asking that the court use the time served to tax and retire the court costs, Your Honor.
Mr. Collier, the state is offering that you serve 5 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you would not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you've already served 5 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served for the time that you've already served. The court cost in this case is $337, but you would not be required to pay the court cost of $337 because the time that you have spent in jail have already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. The companion case, cause number M332332, will be dismissed in conjunction with this plea bargain agreement. Now, Mr. Collier, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Collier, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement. that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Collier, I'm signing the dismissal. In the companion case, you'll be able to get a copy of, your attorney will be able to get a copy of this dismissal in a few minutes. Just have a seat in the gallery, and when the paperwork is ready, our coordinator would ask you to come back up to the window.
Thank you.
And you may be excused too, Mr. Allen. Where's the dismissal in the other case? I don't, hold on, here it is. It just came up. Okay. Oh, we did the dismissal on Smith, right? Jerry Rain?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, who do you have next? Okay, Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session in cause number M332378, case is style, the state of Texas versus Tyson Lee King Jr. Mr. King, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. King?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. King, you're represented in this case by your attorney, Thomas Kelly. Attorney Kelly, how are you doing?
Doing great, Judge. Thank you.
Attorney Kelly, what is your announcement in Mr. King's case?
We'd like a jury trial, please, Judge.
Reset it for trial. Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to June 5th of 2023 for a jury trial. Mr. King, your attorney is going to get a copy of your reset. Once you get a copy of your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And I think, Mr. Kelly, this is your only case.
It is.
Okay, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank
Please
you.
stand in front of our coordinator.
Judge, Mr. Gross is on.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session in cause number 331178, case is style of state of Texas versus Colin Slade Gross. Mr. Gross, is that him with an
It
iPhone?
is, Judge.
Mr. Gross, can you hear me? His is on mute. Mr. Ross, your microphone is on mute. Please take your mic off of mute. Mr. Gross, can you hear me? Take your mic off of mute. I think he's reacting now. Oh. Did you? Okay, there he is. Okay, take your mic off. Mr. Gross, would you please take your mic off of mute? I have no idea. Oh. Did you text him? Court is in session and cause number M331490. Cause number M331686. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Andrew Stevens Ritchie. Mr. Ritchie, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Ritchie?
Good this morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Ritchie. You're here with your attorney. Attorney Wright Kimbler, Attorney Kimbler, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Mr. Kimbler, what is your announcement in Mr. Ritchie's case?
I'm ready, Your Honor, but I have to pick a jury at 1 o'clock in the 252nd, so subject to that, I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna reset you. You say you, okay,
It's the number one case.
in 250. Okay. Well, give us a reset date. Yes, it's on page 2, 3, and 4. Bottom of page 3, top of page 4. It'll be reset to June 5th.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Does he need to sign the reset?
You have to sign it. The attorney has to sign for it, right?
No, sir, it's not.
Oh, it's not set up like that now?
I can give you, I can give them a reason.
Okay, he's gonna give you, she's gonna give you a reset.
He's already. I don't know what.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and cause number M333576. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Jason Robert Boone. Mr. Boone, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Boone. How are you doing?
Pretty good, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Boone, you're represented in this case by your attorney, right? Attorney Kimbler. What is your announcement? Same. Is that one?
Subject to that trial setting, I'm ready.
Okay, so reset this here. We're gonna set on the same date, June 5th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it'll be reset to June 5th of 2023. Mr. Kimbler is gonna sign for your reset, Mr. Boone. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And Mr. Gross, please put your mic on. You finished? You have another one, Mr. Kimbler?
Got one more.
Kimbler,
Got the days of Wednesday, 23rd.
okay.
And Bill is in jail.
You say Winfield?
Yeah. That'll be at 1 o'clock. I'll bring her down to plead. She's on the felony docket at 1. I'll bring her down to plead.
She's in jail too?
She is. Wednesday? Oh, that's. All right.
What you gonna do on that?
I'll clear her down. Just-
Okay, set it, reset it, okay. Just, no, okay, just, we'll hold it. Yeah, okay.
We got an active one real quick.
Okay, this is cause number M331187. Case is style of state of Texas versus Colin Slade Gross. Ms. Gross is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Gross, how are you doing? Oh, Mr. Gross, your mic is on.
I'm good. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Gross, you represented the case by Attorney Brennan Mitchell. Attorney Mitchell, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Judge.
And Mr. Mitchell, you have requested a continuance, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. So
And the state is not opposed, is that correct?
Staff has no objection.
No objections? And so that motion will be granted. Will give us a reset date. It's gonna be June 5th.
Is it complete?
Yes.
Okay, case will be reset to June 5th, 2023. Mr. Gross, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You too.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Andrew Rich.
Okay.
It's been 3-4 million, it's slow.
It's true, child.
Okay, this is cause number 323387, case of South State of Texas versus Cody Phillip Sullivan. Well, Mr. Sullivan.
Yes, sir.
Via Zoom. Mr. Sullivan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Sullivan, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Jansen Bailey, who is also appearing via Zoom. Attorney Bailey, how are you doing? Your mic is on mute, Mr. Bailey.
I'm doing well, Your Honor.
Okay. Just hold on, Mr. Bailey. Are you the prosecutor in this one?
Yes, I'll stand in.
You're gonna stand down?
It's not is this Gutierrez or this?
This is Sullivan. Cody Phillip Sullivan.
Gotcha.
Okay, Mr.